Welcome back. Money Matters. Leilu Nishmat Rachaleh Bat Chaim Tzvi. If you remember, at the end of the last shiur, we were discussing copyright. We mentioned the four main questions that we're going to deal with here. Let's just recap. Question number one: Can you copy a book or a disc or a program for yourself from someone who's bought it from a shop? Question number two: Are you allowed to copy for business purposes? To not just copy for yourself, but to copy 100 copies or 1,000 copies to sell and make money. Question number three: Can you buy from someone who copied? And question number four: in the above cases, what damages will you have to pay if you did copy? If it's also to copy, if you're not allowed to copy, what would be the amount of sum, the damages? How would we work out the damages that you would have to pay? So first of all, when we're talking about copyright, let's think a bit. What's the problem here? What's the problem? You went to a shop and you paid good money and bought something. How can anyone tell you what to do with that now? How can anyone tell you that book you just bought, you're not allowed to put it in a Xerox machine and make a copy of a page? How can they tell you to do it? You can't do that. What power do they have over the book after they sold it to you to tell you that you're not allowed to copy it? What power can they have over the disc that they just sold you to tell you that you're not allowed to copy it onto your recorder, onto your iPod or whatever it is you have? Who can stop you from doing that? You bought it. You're the owner of this disc. Just like I can smash it and throw it into the dustbin if I want to. Just like I can do whatever I want to do with it. I can use it as a door stopper if I want. So why can't I put it into a copying machine and copy it? Who can stop me from doing that? Where is the limitation of my ownership that gives the owner, the seller, the power to stop me doing what I like with what I bought from him? That's the big question with all copyright. How can you be considered a thief when you yourself have just bought this product, this disc, this computer program, or whatever it is, or the book? You've bought it. Who can tell you what to do with it? If you want to give it to a friend to Xerox, to photocopy, how can anyone tell you that you're not allowed to do that? That's the big problem here with copyright. First of all, how can you be the owner? Can someone be the owner? Can the writer be the owner of such an intangible asset? The copyright. The answer is yes. Of course they can. They can definitely be the owner. There is an owner here. We're not saying there's no owner of the rights. There is an owner of the rights. The owner of the rights is the person who created it. We find in many places a davar shelo bo leolam. We discussed this in the earlier shiurim that we had on acquisitions. Even though it's an intangible asset, it's something that doesn't exist. Sorry, not an intangible asset. Even though it's something that doesn't exist at the moment, nevertheless it can be bought and sold. Why? Where there's a custom to buy and sell it. Rights, there's certainly a custom to buy and sell. No one would say that you cannot buy and sell the rights to a song, to a book, to a whatever, to an idea, to a patent. All these things are things that you can buy and sell, because the custom in our business world today is to buy and sell these things. They certainly can be bought and sold. But there's a difference between the fact that they can be bought and sold and saying that you're not allowed to copy them now. Right? There's a difference. First of all, let's just try and organize things here. Everyone knows in Halacha, the Mishnah Brura is Ma'ad Asra. The Chofetz Chaim wrote in his book Ahavat Chesed about copyright. He wrote about his own books. There are many of them. He wrote there, he gave some of his books which he said that other people can print, and some of his books which they cannot print. So, and we're talking for business purposes, to print for resale. That was the only way they would do it in those days. No one would print copy for oneself. So there we see that you can, a publisher of a book does somehow have the power, the writer of a book does have the power to stop other people from copying it for business purposes. What's going to be, though, the Issa? That's what we want to understand. When everyone is dealing and talking about copyright, the big question is, any Dayan, any rabbi, you can't make things up. You have to have a source. You have to have a source for everything. So what's the source in the Talmud for these things? We could say